Welcome to the North American Golden Domers for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. We are live, and I am Raji, coming to you live from North Bend, Toronto, Canada. Andy, Albany, or as I should say, the eloquent suburb of East Greenbush, New York. How are you?
You've done a little research, huh? I'm well. I'm glad to be here. It's good to see all of you. Sort of. Roger, you changed hats from the pre-show to now. That's a different hat.
I have a warm-up hat, Andy. Thanks for noticing. That's good. I didn't think that's nice. Andy, is East Greenbush a nice place?
It is a nice place. Yes, I don't live there, but yeah.
So it's not like Malone or Scaticoke, whatever it's called.
Well, I've never been to Scaticoke. I've been to Malone, and that's no offense to our Malone listeners, but not a great place.
Is it true that Trent Dilfer lives in Malone?
True.
Coming to us live from we're not sure where, a tunnel, a broom closet in Mexico City. Rodolfo, how are you?
Good. How are you, my friends? Nice to be back with you.
Rodolfo, and Richard, our guest, obviously didn't follow the memo, but it was a no collar shirt night. We weren't supposed to wear collars tonight.
Give me a minute, I can change out for you.
Ratings are going up.
You're good, Rodolfo?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's good. Great weekend. So yeah,
is Mexico celebrating Thanksgiving this week by any chance?
No, not really.
We had ours a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's odd. September, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Pilgrims didn't reach the mainland until November. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think the Pilgrims hit Canada. I think.
No, they didn't. They didn't. That's the whole point.
Andy, I think there's a couple things in play. A, we have our harvest earlier, and B, I think our Thanksgiving was started by all the loyalists to the crown who left and came up here.
Well, what were they? Don't get me started.
Early. Let's get through introductions. We'll go more to that later. With lots of time later. Paul, the podcast owner, coming to us live from Cleveland. Paul, those are nice mittens.
Yes.
Somewhere in a hotel room in Winnipeg, George's eyes have just popped out of his head.
And wait, never mind.
Eyes.
How are you, Paul?
It's good to see everybody. Always exciting, great part of the week. Got to see Raji this weekend up in the Bend, and we had a good time. But I'm excited to talk about this game. I'm excited where the team is, and I'm looking forward to sitting on a bye week and letting bad things happen to teams above us. So let's go. I'm ready.
By the way, two things. One, Paul, thank you so much for the donut cake. And Andy, bye week isn't what you think it is. So just settle down.
I disagree.
And now, live from the desert. And I like saying that because in radio parlance, that refers to the old Art Bell radio show. Coming to us from somewhere in the desert, Art Bell.
Wow.
No, we don't have Art Bell, but we have Rich Durkins, quarterback extraordinaire, man extraordinaire from Arizona. How are you, Rich?
I'm doing well. I think I've thrown an interception to almost all of you, so I feel at home.
And we all thank you for that, Rich. You've made dreams for us.
I like to fulfill highlights, right? Dreams and highlights. That's what my life's all about.
Rich, I'm going to give you an opportunity now to tell your Notre Dame story, but I will tell you that I will bump back to your interception thing soon. We will talk about that later.
Fantastic.
So, tell us your Notre Dame story, Rich.
Yeah, so diehard Notre Dame fan since obviously probably little baby. Mom and dad and myself used to listen to Tony Roberts on the radio back in the probably the early 70s and late 70s, listening to Montana and Chris Haynes and those boys playing a little bit of football, and I just became a diehard fan. And in 2012, after both my mom and dad passed away, prior to that, I kind of decided to just go to fantasy camp as a one and done type thing, and more as a tribute to my parents. And here we are 12 years later, season tickets in, and probably 50 new friends because of it. So that's kind of my story, and it's been a blessing. Really fortunate to be part of the I guess the Notre Dame family and the North American Golden Domer group. So appreciate it.
It's great to see you, Rich. And honestly, one of the nicest, truest gentlemen you'll ever meet on the planet, Rich. Thanks for joining us tonight. And that's a lovely dog in the background. Rich, tell us about that dog to the right, over, I guess that'd be your right shoulder. What's that doggy's name?
That dog's name is Jessie. She's celebrating her 14th birthday this coming Friday. So we want to get her at least through, she's starting to struggle a little bit, but we want to get her at least through Christmas so that we can celebrate 100 years in dog years. We didn't raise no quitter, right? She's not going to quit shy of 100. She's going to make it all the way. But yeah, that's our dog, and she's wearing a nice little hockey sweater, not a jersey, right? Not right, Raji? They wear sweaters.
Correct.
It's a hockey sweater. But we know that in America because we kind of own the NHL and the Stanley Cup for how many years has it been now, Andy? Has it been like 30?
I think
I've got a little segment on that later. It was 1993.
Okay, great. It's called the segue, right? It's a little segue for you.
Rich, it's like I fed you a line. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Perfect. Yeah, this is working wonderfully. But yeah, that's our little pup, Jessie, and she's wearing a little hockey sweater back there.
We are going to do our very best to steal baseball from you shortly. So we're going to try really hard.
I am a White Sox fan, so I encourage you to steal baseball from me, please.
Yeah, I think you're the most popular team in America right now, which is
yes.
I know we are with Rodolfo, who hates the Dodgers, even though he's wearing Dodger blue today.
yes.
Oh, that's not Dodger blue. Shut up.
Well, thanks for joining us, Rich. Listener feedback. We have 123 subscribers. The climb to 500 has slowed. It has slowed appreciably. Listeners, I can promise you something special if we get to 500. There's 123 of you. Share, subscribe, like, get people to do. If you each get 2, from my math, that gets us within striking range of 500. And I don't know what the YouTube rules are. Just subscribe. We don't need you to watch or view. Just subscribe. You don't need to watch this nonsense, but please help us drive our numbers. Now, we have tried strategically to have guests on that we think would drive that. Paul's daughter joined us for a cameo a couple weeks ago. The young demographic took one look at us and said, no, we don't need this in our phone. I tried really hard to get the Swedish demographic with Mo last week, but he couldn't make it on. And I've reached out to Pancho a couple times, and I thought Pancho probably A, prison demographic, B, the Mexicans. So by the way, Pancho is one of the great stories of camp. He had to sit beside me for I think 3 or 4 years now. In the first year, much as most of you, and probably still are, I'm sure Pancho during that first year, what's this guy's deal? It took him a couple of years to get. And I remember once asking him, Pancho, would I run prison? If I was in prison, do you think I'd run things? So he didn't comment originally, but he now has assured me that if I ended up in a prison, he would make sure that I'm in segregated just to make sure I'm safe. So
that is fair.
But no, in going back to the demographic piece, Rich, you are here today to appeal to a demographic. And let me just say this to everyone. If you're an aspiring cornerback or safety, maybe even a linebacker or a lineman, Rich Durkins will throw you an interception. So just
wow.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm here for, right? I mean, what is it, cameo for the popular people? They do like a little 2-minute spit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the real life version of cameo from a quarterback standpoint. You tell me how you want the interception to be, I'll make your dream come true. I just do it for you. Like, for instance, Andy wanted one to be a pick 6. I threw it right through our wide receiver's hands, bounced right to him. He took it to the end zone. It was perfect.
Beautiful. What a beautiful moment that was.
Rich, thank you for making dreams come true. Two quick items. One, we had a discussion pre-meeting here. Matt McFadden, if you're watching, and maybe you could make some comments or let us know in some other form. Matt, are you a lawyer? We don't need help. We just had a debate as to whether or not you were a lawyer, and it has to do with you attaching ESQ at the end of your.
I've already texted him that question, and I've been awaiting his reply since we started. So
now, Matt McFadden ESQ might mean that he's just a big fan of Guz. So there's potentially that.
Who
Yeah.
is it? Especially the orthopedist in the Chicago area.
Oh yeah.
So my son, who works for GA, has ESQ after, and I tell you, I will assure you, he is no lawyer.
Okay.
Maybe Matt works for God. Maybe we've solved both mysteries.
There you go. He's the Canadian version up there.
Yeah.
I remember in talking about Fantasy Camp, Richard, going to your first one. I remember Andy's first one. I was there with him, and he was walking around moping and angry at the first day. And he said that he was walking around. His wife signed him up for it, and he gets there and he's walking around going, "I don't see Selma Hayek. I don't see Jennifer Lopez. This isn't my fantasy."
What kind of fantasy camp is this?
Yeah. The other piece of business, and Paul touched on it in our pre-production meeting, and obviously Paul is trying to get ahead of it with his tagline under his name today. James Gilliard, please stop contacting Mr. Dilfer's agents and representatives. It's a wonderful idea, but we don't need to draw that kind of attention to us. It's we do not need Mr. Dilfer watching or seeing this. He's a Super Bowl champion, Mr. Dilfer. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about Jason Garrett? Can we get Jason Garrett go naked on a maybe a following?
Rich, I don't know if you watched the story arc.
You
on
wanted
Garrett.
Jason Garrett naked on here? Is that what you said?
No.
Oh, all right.
I think it maybe misunderstood.
The story arc is changing about Garrett. Some of us are starting to really like him. So
That's just you. That's not a story.
Yeah, it's just for you. Yeah.
Speak for you.
story arc.
Raj, have you
Right.
started to look up to him?
I've
You
also
look up
learned
to
I
everyone.
can't wear a dark sweater. I look like a floating head, so I may do a wardrobe change.
Yeah, I did it. I did. Yeah, Paul, do that. Yeah, I like
I
that.
feel like
So let's head on to talk about the exciting news of the day. I'm going to say something that I can assure you that Andy has never heard in his life, but I'm still wet. That game was 34-24, and I am soaked still. I mean, it took me 3 days to dry out from that, but what a delightful game. Paul, did you suffer any of the weather?
Oh, there was a couple times when the wind swayed a few drops. Rich, you can back this up. It swayed a few, like a light misting.
Yeah. It was almost like a cooling mist.
Yeah, it was more
Yeah.
refreshing for you guys, right? Because the shepherd's
Exactly.
pie was a little warm.
Yeah,
Right.
it kept the shrimp cold. It helped keep the shrimp cold.
Yep.
Mike Kremen sent me photos of shepherd's pie.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you had a
and
big shrimp in yours. Yeah,
There's a
the
shrimp in there too. Yeah.
You guys were all over it. 34-24 against USC. Our hated rival sent them home sad. I think a lot of us were probably nervous for most of the game that it stayed too close for too long. But Paul, give us your impressions and summary of the game.
Sure. I mean, like you said, it was exciting. There were times when you're thinking we should be up more in this game. We're letting them hang around. But the way I sum up this game, I think it was the perfect bye week win, right? You get a big win over a ranked team and a rival, but you got so much stuff on tape to go over for 2 weeks with these guys, all phases of the game too, right? Our offense, it was good that CJ finally had his, okay, I'm a freshman game, but we still won. And he still came back and played well enough for us to win, right? But he was a little off in the first half. And Rich and Gunn and I all had the same comment. He needs to get hit. Like, he wasn't in that game till he got hit. And we were
100%.
waving to each other across the section there once because he got hit on that little run play. Then he threw a touchdown right afterwards. So but I think we learned we have enough tape there to watch defensively. I'm not going to get on my soapbox about 6, but again, hanging with the other quarterback at halftime and talking about how the fact that looking for the USC quarterback looking for 6 is like looking to spot PT playing defense. That's who you're throwing to. If you're wondering coming out of the huddle what play you're running, you're throwing it to whoever's across from you.
And no offense to
And then
PT, but I think
special teams, we're kicking the ball out of bounds now. We can't make a field goal. Rodolfo's stretching. He's ready to go, man. Let's go. So I think it's a good team take week.
Special teams is scary. Rich, I'll let you comment. And whatever you wish, but let me lead you with one question. I don't know the answer, so I'm not being funny, but the waterlogged balls and the conditions, I mean, how should that have been an issue? Because I heard that Freeman mentioned something about that after the games. They were saying, the conditions were tough. If there were things he could have corrected, he would have. But is that an issue?
Yeah, I mean, I think the conditions were tough. There's no doubt about it. But the USC quarterback can throw in it. And he's not in the weather as much as CJ is, right? Growing up in the Midwest, CJ being Michigan, I'm sure CJ has thrown more wet balls in his life than number whatever USC's quarterback Mayava or whatever his name is did. He could throw the ball. So bottom line is, I don't think the moisture really was an issue. I just think CJ had a tough game, and you're going to see that in a freshman. But bottom line is, he did what he had to do to get us the win, and he had tremendous support in the backfield between 4 and 24. We got 2 studs back there.
Andy,
by the way, that's not the first time Rich has said that. That there's 2 studs back there.
Yeah.
Wow. Andy.
Andy, I thought we had a U.S. bond working there.
Sorry. I'm still chasing the high of getting a pick 6, and it's been a while. So,
Andy, if you had to choose, and both were great, but if you had to pick one over the other, and it's a great thing to comment on. One had a record game yards in terms of against USC in terms of the rivalry. The other returned one for the house and was just solid. If you had just one of them to choose from, Love or Price, who would you take?
That's a tough one, Raj. That's almost blasphemous for me to have to pick one. But I think I go Price. Honestly, he just, I don't know. There's just something about him. He almost seems indestructible to a point. Or Jeremiah, who obviously is amazing. Just, I don't know. There are key differences between the two, so I would take Ja'Jarian Price.
Now, Andy, I have just had a moment of horror. The thing I asked you to do for this episode, we forgot to coordinate. After this episode, could you make him available?
I absolutely could. Yeah.
Okay, so right after we do this segment, we're going to have a break.
Yeah.
And there'll be another segment that we're adding in, Beto. So just hold on anything else until we're done this. But Andy, sent them home sad. Nice to beat USC. General impressions about the game.
To echo everything that you guys have said, I mean, it was a game that CJ needed to have to get out of his system, to learn from, to grow from, to have that experience, right? And obviously the first 2 games of the season didn't go as well, and we fell short. But for us to have a bad game, to respond and to keep his head in it, especially in adverse conditions, it was huge for him. And against USC, a ranked opponent, we needed the win. I thought overall it was a great victory. Special teams, like we've already touched on, is a real concern. We got Rodolfo over there just kicking things, but we can't kick an extra point. That's a problem. That's going to be a big problem, or a field goal for that matter. I mean, we get into the playoffs, it may come down to a field goal like it did against Penn State. And do we have somebody who can make that clutch kick right now? I don't think so.
Dolph, Thor seems to have found his form. He kicked a 55-yarder. He also averaged 4 at like 200. So he is the magic of has come. Oh my goodness, Paul.
Oh yeah,
that is a nice dog. Hello, I love him so much. Hi, George. Hi, Georgie.
Talk about your cameos right here.
That's a good boy. That's a very good dog. Matt McFadden and I guess Jay and whoever else we were with in the weekend can comment that every dog I saw as we were walking to and from the house to campus, I said was a good dog. Even if it was over across the street, I said, that's a good dog. And so I got all the dogs. Rodolfo, going back to the special teams, I know it's quite concerning what we've seen. I think Andy hit it on the head, but how nervous are we the rest of the year with this? Do you think it's going to get straightened out, the kicking game?
I agree with Andy. I mean, if we need in a playoff game someone to kick us through the next round, we got to have that has the complete package, right? I mean, this guy, I'm pretty sure he's still injured, but I don't know. It's a mess. It's just a mess. On the other hand, the other good part about the special teams, we can return the kickoff for 100 yards. So I mean, that's a good thing about it. But yeah, I mean, the kicking game is really a concern, and I agree with you guys.
Paul, I think there's probably other special teams plays to come when we need them. I know that they've been pretty creative, and we'll see more. So maybe that's a bonus, but I agree. It's quite concerning as to the kicking game going forward. Paul, let me throw two names out there, and any information any of us have we can share. But Paul, I'll start with you. There's been some internal discussion amongst our chat group about whether or not Greathouse is sitting out to leave the school. No one knows here, but is that a concern? If you had this, 0 to 100, 0, it's there's no nonsense. He's just injured. 100, it might, he might be gone. Where are you on that?
I thought he was declared, out, but no injury designation, which tells me he's redshirting. Whether he's redshirting and staying or redshirting and gone, I don't know. But, that's one room, again, that has really stepped up. And I know it was just a phase-on show for a while on Saturday, and I don't know if that was CJ or any, but all of a sudden, Zero did get involved. Pauling did get involved and caught a touchdown pass. Raritan's, there. So if you had told me at the beginning of the year that Greathouse would have one catch through whatever 6 games, I'd be like, we're dead. And I don't think we've missed him that much. I mean, is that, I know it's crazy.
Nope.
And does he see that? And is he going to get out? I don't know. It's bothersome.
And there's a lot of guys in that room, Rich, ready to step up too. Smith and a few others there that are ready to find some time next year. So, Rich, any news, any insight into Schrouth? I mean, I hate losing linemen. It happened to us last year. It's almost like that sort of trauma again of what happened last year. But any word on Schrouth? Do you think it's a couple weeks and back?
Yeah, everything I've read on it basically is that he's got a sprained MCL, I think it was. So they're talking about anywhere between 3 and 4 weeks. So he'll probably miss. Obviously, bye week will help. Misses a week there. He'll miss the BC game. Maybe the Navy game. Should be back after that. But that's what I'm hearing. No other inside intel on that.
Fun to beat USC, Andy. I know I mentioned it a few times, but who's your most hated USC person of all time? I forgot to ask that last week. I was going to, but I'm going to go around the room quickly and ask who your most hated USC person. For me, it's always been Pete Carroll, the Poodle. Never liked the Poodle. Andy, who is it for you?
Probably Matt Leinart.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Dolph,
which I do. I like him now, and he's amusing now. But 20 years ago, Matt Leinart, I was not a big fan.
No.
Dolph, I assume that with your history of starting fights for no reason, that you're going to mention Mark Sanchez.
Okay, not really. Bush, but yeah, I mean,
Bush.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paul,
I went with the USC band. That they drove me crazy for years and years. And while I've never been a huge proponent of all the DJ stuff at the games now, it's a little too much. I'm get off the lawn guy. Every time they started playing that fight song, the DJ pumped the song out. I'm like, okay, I'm on board now. I'm with the DJ. You didn't hear that USC band once, and we sit, over closer to them. They drowned them out every single time. It was great.
Good. Rich, what about you?
I'd probably go Reggie Bush, only because if I remember correctly, he was pretty heavily recruited to Notre Dame. I don't know if he was a verbal at one point or not, but he was aligned to come into Notre Dame and then kind of jumped over to SC. And obviously his career was pretty awesome. I would have much rather seen that with a gold helmet on than that stupid Trojan helmet.
Fully agree. And being completely intellectually honest and analytical, it's not a hot take to suggest that in terms of at least the last 30 years, he's probably one of the top 5 college football players we've seen. I mean,
agreed.
Yeah. So
he was,
Andy,
he was ahead of his time. He was getting paid before everybody else was.
Yeah,
absolutely ahead of his time.
Underpaid.
Andy, I'm going to tell a story, and then that's your segue to grab our next guest. But do you guys have troublesome neighbors? You don't need to say anything specifically, but my next door neighbor is a pain. Today, she knocked down my door, and is complaining about my dog, my lovely dog, Pearl, doing her business on her lawn. And so I said, okay, fair enough. I will tell Pearl to take her lemonade stand down.
Bernadette.
Andy, live from Albany, New York, we have a new guest. Star of the Butter Tarts, Mr. Drew Fowler. How are you, Drew?
Drew,
I haven't seen you for a few years, Drew. Do you remember that magical summer at camp when you and I were best friends?
Yeah.
Are we still best friends?
Yeah.
Now, do you know, Drew, that this podcast and all of our listeners follow the story of your football team? Do you know that we sort of follow them and root them on?
We talk about you every week.
Wow.
Now, we've
We've
nicknamed
seen
your team.
videos.
Yeah.
The butter tarts.
We've seen videos of your touchdowns. Your dad's very proud of you. The minute you score them, he sends them out to us. So it's always cool for us to cheer you on. Do you know that we have a nickname for your team?
No.
We call your team the Butter Tarts because you're like tartan, right? Like your name's the Tartans.
Yeah.
Isn't that really funny, Butter Tarts?
Yeah.
We really enjoy it. We have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Drew, if you could do us one favor, I have a question to ask you, but if you could do us one favor, if you could just get us one subscriber to join the podcast, we'd really appreciate it. So just, a friend, a neighbor, someone. Just
Your
to
dad,
join.
maybe?
Or your dad. Yeah. Your mom. That'd be great. Drew, we have heard the stories, the long history of your video game playing with your dad. You being Texas, your dad would tell us stories about how he beat, the living out of you, and you'd be sad. What I'd like you to do now, Drew, is tell us the story of when you beat your dad.
So one time, it happened twice.
Yes.
I beat him in college football, 94-20,
Oof.
and then I beat him again in, I think it was college,
Mhm.
like 100-0.
111 to nothing.
So, Drew,
What
are
term?
you? I'm assuming that you're probably like the kind of guy that when you're beating your opponent like that, you're feeling bad for him, and you're probably punting on fourth downs, and just or are you going for it all the time?
I usually don't get to fourth down. I always get first.
Well done.
Drew, one last question. Was your dad a happy gentleman in losing, or was there some sort of attitude?
I think he didn't express it, but I think he was a little either embarrassed that he lost to his son, or I don't know.
I think that's fair, Drew. Because he did talk about it on the podcast. We're like therapy for your dad, and he did say that he was proud of you to beat him, but he needs to get more practice in. So be ready next time you play.
Okay.
Drew, nice to see you again. Do me a favor. Say hi to your sister, your mom, and Poppy from all of us, please.
I'll go grab Puppy.
Oh, there you go. Great. A dog, another dog. Oh, well, that was just wonderful. Thank you so much for that.
He's a natural. He's a natural.
Well spoken. He's a well spoken kid. Nice.
Yeah. How old is he?
He'll be 11 on Saturday.
Oh, fantastic.
For the bye week. Well done.
I never got to fourth down.
He shares a birthday with someone.
Who?
Brian Kelly. Oh. Which it used to be great.
Brian's wonder what Elko's gonna get him.
And there's a silence that falls on the room.
It used to be cool that that he shared a birthday with Brian Kelly, but not as much anymore.
Well, I do like the comment. Very matter of fact that no, I never got to fourth down.
It wasn't an issue.
Is this Poppy coming in?
No, she won't come. She's
Okay.
busy.
Fair enough. Well, but thank you, Andy. That was delightful, and we appreciate the cameo from Drew. And again, hopefully it gets us a subscriber or two somewhere. So, Paul, National Treasures, you get to start today.
Oh, good.
What's your national treasure?
Yes, if you recall, I'm so kind to our America's hat that last week my national treasure was Canadian, John O'Neill. So I'd like to start out with sending my congratulations to our neighbors up north, the Toronto Blue Jays, on their World Series appearance, and America has your back on this one. As it's been a while, the Blue Jays won the World Series back-to-back, as everyone recalls, in 92 and 93. October 23rd, 1993, they won Joe Carter. Big moment. That's a long time ago. But you know what it's not as long ago as? The Stanley Cup being in Canada. So my USA national treasure is the long-established American Stanley Cup.
Thank you, Paul. That's well done. Well done.
And Rich, thanks for the lead-in.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Well done, Dolph. Mexico. What's your national treasure?
I'll go back to food and just say guacamole. The biggest dip they have in the Super Bowl in America. And you're welcome, America.
I'm saying it avocados now. Is that correct?
Yeah, avocado.
So, Dolph, I'm a little concerned. I mean,
Avocado.
your work ethic.
For Mexico.
Last week, your macho tip was if you're in a fight, throw the first punch. Today, it's avocados.
I have a macho tip later on. It's not that.
I'm going to challenge you a bit more to stretch your limbs a bit, but okay. It's so the avocado. I am going to go one with Canada, one that I can't believe that 3 years or so into this I have not mentioned. Perhaps the funniest human being, at least in the top 10, to have walked the earth. Norm Macdonald, the dear departed Norm Macdonald, one of the funniest people I find, a comedian's comedian from Ottawa, Canada, a true gem of a comic, especially when comedy mattered more to him than his job, and he got fired from NBC for continuing to make fun of Don Ohlmeyer's buddy, O.J. Simpson. So, Canadian national treasure, Norm Macdonald. Rich, you're next.
My national treasure is going to deal with something I play on a daily basis. It's golf, and my national treasure is the Titleist golf ball. That is my national treasure. It makes so many people happy, also unhappy at times, but it's usually the person swinging it. So I'm just going to go there. I was going to go on the peace side of things, Raji, and throw out our president, who has settled 8 wars, but I decided to stay golf and stay non-political.
Yeah, settled 8 wars, fair enough, but started one with Canada. So yeah, that's wonderful. Which is yeah, we know. I've resigned myself to it. Like we've started to look for real estate in San Diego. So I've resigned that within the next 5 years it's likely. So I'll asking for help to learn the culture, and so we'll get there.
For you.
Thank you. Andy, I saved you.
Could be 52. They're not quick enough.
Mexico before us. Yeah. Andy, a lot. I know you hate waiting, but I figured you'd have something ready for us.
Well, might be a controversial take, but I'm going to go with Chipotle as my national treasure.
What the hell?
I have really become very fond of Chipotle.
No way.
Sorry, Adolfo, it's true. I mean, I love
over Taco Bell
Mexican cuisine.
Oh,
It's very good.
Power went out.
What's
Chipotle is very good.
What's your main order?
Oh, my main order. It's the same every time. It's a bowl.
Of course.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I'm not an animal.
Yeah.
So it's white rice, chicken, lettuce, cheese, and sour cream. That's it. No salsa, no beans, none of that nonsense. No.
So none of the stuff that makes it Mexican.
Do you add the avocado?
No avocado, Paul.
That was
Avocado.
That's Rodolfo.
We will go. You okay, Dolph?
yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I just recovered the
No avocado break.
We're going to go now to the story of the past week that isn't a Notre Dame story that you want to speak to. Dolph, what's your story of the week in college football?
Well, it's got to be Napier out in Florida, right? We saw this one coming, so yeah. I mean, it's not really a big story, but I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing for the kids and everyone involved in the team to fire a coach mid-season. why not wait until the end of the year? So, I mean, with Florida, we saw it coming, but Florida could have done this change before the season started. So it's probably the most important one this week.
I think we're at a point where once they start, the floodgates are going to open over the next couple of weeks. I think there's probably several more to come because none of these teams are looking for a good coach, want to be waiting on the sideline for negotiations that are likely already happening now. Prediction? Who? I'll go around the room quickly here. If you had to pick who's his replacement in Florida, Rodolfo, who is it?
I'll say Steve Spurrier just to stir things up.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. You did. Paul, what about you? Who's the replacement?
I'm going to say Drinkowitz.
Interesting. I thought Drinkowitz might be Penn State, but I think for Florida, I think Lane Kitten, it's his job to turn down.
Oh, for sure.
Rich, what do you think?
I was going your way, Lane Kitten. He's still hate him because he's part of the SC world, but I'd go Lane Kiffin for sure.
Yeah. Andy, what about you?
Probably Marcus Freeman.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'll have to agree.
Such a kidder.
I had him going to Penn State.
Lane Kitten. I think he wants that. He wants to be a part of that and bring that back to some glory.
Paul, whatever Paul says usually comes true. Paul is a sage member of the team here. The most recent example was when I was sitting with Paul and the extra point was missed against A&M, and Paul said, that's going to cost us the game. Paul, I still have nightmares about when I asked you the question about will we lose Freeman, and you gave the one scenario that I worry about all the time. The most important person in the world to me being happy where he is right now is Ryan Day. I hope he never leaves, him and his fake beard.
Yes, I agree. The NFL is the other worry, but I'm not sure that's as big a worry. But the NFL grabbing Ryan Day is my nightmare.
Yeah, me too. Andy, what's your story of the week?
I'm going to go with Vandy again. I think I might have had them a couple weeks ago, but they're just doing so well, and to win like they did, I loved watching that. And Clark Lee. I'm not a huge fan of Diego Pavia, but I like what they're doing. It's such a great season for them, and it's a great story.
Yeah. What about you, Rich? What's your story of the week?
So I'm going to stick with Rodolfo there, the coaching changes, right? So not just so much Florida, but I think everybody making changes. There's so many openings. What concerns me there is how it's going to impact the college football playoffs, because a lot of these schools are going to want to hire somebody in that December timeframe so they can still get recruiting, and that's going to be in the midst of college football playoffs. And I hate to see some of these teams, ND could be included, where they're going to lose a OC or defensive coordinator. Could be. But yeah, I mean, we're going to lose some guys like that across major teams. That's going to impact the college football playoffs. And that's, to me, I think that's bothersome. And NCAA and college football is going to have to look at that before too long and how they're going to handle that.
Yeah, good point. I think that landscape, I think the window now for transfers is one portal window, isn't it? It's sort of mid-January, right in the middle of the playoffs too, isn't it?
I believe it's that. And I think it may be close, like right after the championship game. But teams that are in the championship get a longer window. But you also, like Florida right now, kids can transfer right now because their coach got fired. They're given a 2-week window there.
And if a school is going to pay ridiculous money to a coach to go there, they're going to want that coach to be able to recruit and not lose out a season on recruiting because it needs to. I don't know what this means, and so if I'm a little concerned for the rest of them, it's likely a spider. But my daughter, who's 28, just wrote me and said, "There's a creature in the basement." My retort was going to be, "Yeah, you." But she then follows up saying, "You have to get rid of it. I trapped it." I really have no idea what this could be. It could be anything from a spider to a hobo, and I'm going to have to deal with it after this. So
it's not Andy because I can see.
No,
How amazing would that be, though, if it was
George. It's like Foghorn Leghorn. You can pull the Foghorn Leghorn on him.
Fantastic. My story is just nothing more than the continued sadness and delight I take out of Mr. Kelly, where he's at and how it's going for him. I don't think he gets a year 5. I really don't. And I think his ego will not allow him to get fired. I guarantee you, Mr. Kelly's name's out there for openings right now. He's looking because his ego's too big to go down without winning a championship or to be fired and then kicking stones. I guarantee you he's in the mix for LSU. It's not for LSU, for Florida and Penn State, or at least he's trying to be. Guarantee you it's happening.
And he's got a birthday coming up.
He's fortunate to share that with your son.
Got an ass kicking coming.
Paul, you're next.
For 3 weeks in a row, my story outside of Notre Dame is again Penn State. This is a factory on fire right now. They lost their fourth game in a row. They have not defeated a single Power 4 team this season, which means they haven't defeated a Power 4 season since we beat them, right? And if you think about their playoff matches, I think they beat Boise in there too. So you can even go back farther. James Franklin made a very self-serving appearance on game day that I finally got to watch, and basically Saban kissing his butt because they have the same agent saying it was like this, and he wants to coach again. And this was, it came out of nowhere. He didn't see it coming. I'm like, come on, man. And then the Signetti, that's their first choice. He re-ups. But where does this land for them? The recruits are jumping off the boat like crazy. We signed one today. We got the Sermon kid now is supposed to be under the roof. They're dropping like flies on the recruiting. I mean, and I called my shot last week. I say BK's there next year. I've been calling it for over 2 weeks now. I think the same thing Raj just said. BK can't handle the heat. We know that. He's going to jump. I know there's some common friends there with the AD and a few other people at Penn State and Brian Kelly. Because did the Penn State people, they all wanted him gone, and then all of a sudden Rule is their coach? Do you think that's kind of
No.
Who can they get that's going to make them happy right now? And Penn State may be my non-Notre Dame story of the week for the rest of the season, because I am still on the message boards and reading everything I can because it's hilarious. So
you're not paying $54 million so you can go get Matt Rule.
That's what I'm saying. And
yeah,
but I think they thought Signetti would jump and he's out. That couldn't have gotten wrapped up any quicker.
Sorry.
I was going to say, the business side of me just looks at it, so how do you make that move without having something already lined up?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
And do they? It's all back channels. Maybe nothing comes out till the end of the year, right?
Right.
But all along they've had Brian Kelly in the bag. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, the business side of me looks like you can't make that move mid-season. Even if you've lost 3-4 in a row, you can't make that move unless you've got somebody saying, hey, back channels, as you said, you're in, we'll announce it at the end of the season. You got to step down or whatever, but you just can't pay $50 million and not have an answer.
The timing of it, from what I hear, is very similar to the timing in the Florida thing. And what it was they decided they didn't want him back next year. And the last thing they wanted was him to reel off 7 in a row and then make the firing awkward.
Mm-hmm.
As it turned out, it didn't happen. They're already lost. But they didn't want Franklin to reel off 6 in a row and then makes it really awkward at the end of the year. Same with Napier. Did it last year to him. Napier ripped off 6 in a row and then they couldn't fire him, so they fired him now.
Right.
So I think that's where that comes from, but you would think there's a plan in place. And, this is all back channel stuff. Lane Kiffin could say he never talked to Florida, but Lane's agent talked to Florida's AD. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on already, and it's going to be a crazy offseason because you're going to get another 5 or 6 firings probably, and some that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
And then those people that take those jobs are going to have to be replaced. So another season coming up. This is going to be a fun season for agents.
Lots of money.
I'm calling my shot. I predict Tommy Rees gets a mid-level job as a head coach somewhere in the NCAA. My prediction: UCLA.
No.
My prediction.
Okay. I take a look at the Cleveland Browns statistics for this year and look who the offensive coordinator is.
He was awfully close to the North Carolina job.
Was?
By the way, does Belichick make it? Does he make it to year 2?
No.
No.
He doesn't want to. I don't think anyone wants that.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you, if you don't mind me interjecting here, Raji.
Absolutely.
Where does Deion Sanders end up in all this stuff? Does he stay at Colorado, or does he end up, going somewhere south, which is where he probably wants to be?
I think his health is the big thing. I think that really speaks to. I mean, there's talking. I guess the NFL carousel is possible too, right?
Florida State or bust for him, I think.
Yeah.
Norvell goes, which I think Norvell's going to go.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
Year end. I mean, that's who they're going to want. That's who the fans are going to want.
Mhm.
Wow. I never thought of that. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't think he'd go anywhere else, though, with the health stuff.
Richard, we are now moving on to Richard. I don't know if you watched last week, but we decided that in the political climate we have, the what's the deal and attacking each other's countries wasn't helping us. It was fun and irreverent at first, but then Andy threatened to actually cross the border and seize Toronto. So we've decided to.
I don't even know where Toronto is, Rob. So don't worry about it.
I know where Malone and the Finger Lakes are. I know all about you.
I missed the real segment. I'll put it on the record. I missed the real.
It's likely going to go back because there's only so much of this nonsense I can do. But Shag to Coke, is that still near you, Andy?
Scattercoke? Yes.
Okay. What's the deal with New Zealand? And we'll start with you, Dolph. What's the deal with New Zealand?
Well, who's going to answer these?
What?
We did our research, right?
French
What's the deal with New Zealand?
Yeah. I mean, what they use the same word for people, a fruit, and an animal. So they're all called kiwis.
See, I knew you were going there. I knew you'd find it offensive. That was my note here. That these we eat kiwis, but they're the people. Well done.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, definitely. I was gonna go with a rugby team, which is like the best team in the world. But yeah, I mean, why use the same word for 3 different things?
Thank you.
Paul, do you have anything about New Zealand that bothers you?
No, but I did do some research and just found some interesting ththings, but none of them really bothered me. Like the All Blacks is pretty cool. Like even I've heard of them, and I don't follow rugby or New Zealand, so I thought that was relevant. I thought it was interesting. The country's only 800 years old, and I thought the best fact for you, Raji, and probably why you picked New Zealand, there's more sheep than people.
Mm-hmm. Huge benefits for Rod. You never met the same sheep twice, do you, Raj?
Nope. And from what I understand, they can't testify in court. Richard?
We'll ask McFadden.
Yeah, he'll know.
He has yet to reply to my question, by the way.
So to me, the deal with New Zealand is rugby, and that's all they're known for. That and they're Kiwi. That's it.
Yep. Oh, Kiwi. Oh, I love Kiwi.
No comments so far.
No. Andy.
No one is listening.
I got a real problem with New Zealand, and I'll tell you why. But thanks for asking. 2 national anthems. What's that about? What do you need 2 national anthems for? God Save the King is one of them, which is a real problem. The other one's like God Save New Zealand or something. But what are you trying to prove, New Zealand? Knock it off.
And put together, Andy, there's
one really, really long one like Mexico.
I was just going to say, put together only half of Mexico's anthem. So was your anthem? Was that the real one, or was that like a dance remix?
What are you talking about?
Wasn't a dance remix? Interestingly enough, Andy, you'll like this because you love rules, and this is the sort of ticket which I see you writing. I see you being, if there was an HQ in Wellington or Auckland or Dunedin, one of those fine towns, these tickets would be your specialty. Apparently, you can get a $10,000 fine if you make noise that disturbs the whales.
Mm.
Hey?
I see that. I get it. That's as far as I can get behind.
You hit your quota right away.
How close are you? Where are the whales that they're so close? What?
You can't have a boombox on the beach. I think if it's upsetting the whales, or if they're in their mating season, and that maybe you could play Barry White if that would help. But
you're just trying to help,
right? Yeah, Andy, I'll look into it. Do you have like are there sister or brother troopers in New Zealand you could contact about this?
I'm sure they have some sort of law enforcement there that I could reach out to if you'd like.
Could you? You could probably do the same thing in upstate New York. Noise at upstate moose, upset moose, right?
You're throwing moose jokes out there. You're like the king.
He's gonna hit forest fires next.
Before we go into picks of the week, I know you love this segment. My dog Wilco's memoirs. I found a new one where he was out for a walk once. It was a lovely day. And Wilco likes to smell, see, hear things. And on this walk, he saw a couple. Now, clearly they were tourists. They had maps and they were looking around. But he heard accents that he had never heard before. And so Wilco walked up, introduced him, said, "Hi, I'm Wilco. I'm from Dogs. Where are you guys from?" And the one man spoke and said, "Hi, I'm William. I'm from Ireland." Wilco said, "Oh, that's an interesting accent." And then the man said, "And this is my wife, Mary, and she's from Wales." And Wilco said, "Hey, sir, she might be big, but she's not from Wales."
Wow.
I've lost Paul completely. Completely lost Paul.
It's not your fault. I mean, Wilco's had better writings. That's all I'm saying.
It's a complicated dog. Picks of the week. By the way, the leaderboard has changed. I had an 8-3 week, so that put me to the front. I'm at 27-25. Dolph, you're one behind at 26-26. Paul, 7 off at 20-32. You had a tough week, Paul. You were 3-8. Andy, you led at one point this year. You're at 19, and that's not a good number, 33. So,
and I picked Notre Dame to lose.
I know. You know who was proud of you and gave you credit on that was my buddy Daryl, the Michigan fan. He said, "I thought you guys were all homers, but Andy has some balls. He saw things the way they should be." So,
not even Daryl listening tonight.
Yeah, no, there's nothing there. Cal and Virginia Tech. Rich, who do you have?
I'm going to take Cal.
Andy?
I got to support Cal for our guy.
Paul?
I got to make up some games. I'm taking Virginia Tech.
Dolph?
Don't even ask me.
Okay. I went with Virginia Tech. I think Cal's due for a loss. They got to travel a long way into Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech needs a win. Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Rich?
I'm going to go with Ole Miss.
Andy?
Same. Ole Miss.
Paul?
Ole Miss.
Dolph?
I'm going to pick Oklahoma just to make some ground.
I went with Ole Miss. I think they have a bounce back game and stay in the hunt for the playoff spot, at least the top half of it. Missouri and Vandy. Rich, who do you have?
That's a good game. I'm going Vandy. Hard to go against Clark Lee. I like the guy.
I agree. Andy?
Yeah, I like Vandy a lot. They're doing well, and anything Ms. Pavia does, I'm in support of. So,
Andy, and as you often say, what Andy about Vandy? You can't spell Vandy without Andy.
No, you can't. You definitely can't.
You can try.
Paul? You can try. It won't work.
I'm going to take Mizzou. I think Vandy has a letdown after the big win.
I had the same thought, and I took Mizzou as well. Dolph, what about you?
Where's the game?
Vandy.
It's at Vandy.
I'm going to pick Vandy.
Like Commodores.
I checked into this, and do you know why they have the name Commodores?
I don't.
Lionel
Richie. Thank you. Paul knows me far too well. Lionel Richie started the school.
I need to retire. I just decided.
Yeah.
Paul, you were
Texas-
starting to think like Raji, so
Burn the debt.
your days of consulting are now done.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna retire from this show and from you guys as friends. Stepping away.
I think the comment in the group chat again, and I mentioned this. Me and Matt drove down. Matt spent likely 14 hours in a car with me, and George wrote, "I don't know how Matt did that. Raji's one messed up dude. I'm still in trauma over it." And then I waited for hours for the other members of the group to sort of say, "Oh no, George, I spent lots of time with him. There's no issue. Nothing happened." And then Matt, who's like the nicest man on the earth, put through what looked like a chat GPT response to make me feel better. But Dolph, did you have experience? We spent a few hours in the car together. Was it okay for you?
Yeah, I mean, lots of music, so yeah, it was okay. Chicago to South Bend's not that far.
But he's used to riding with the cartel, so.
It was a lot more scenic without the bag over his head. He was pretty happy.
Yeah. My favorite moment of that trip was when we picked up Andy at the airport and we said, "Andy, we're outside," and Andy said, "Wait right there. ICE is on their way." So a Canadian and Mexican at the same time to deport.
Airport.
Rich, Texas and Mississippi State. Who do you have?
I'm going to take the Arch Manning-led Texas Longhorns.
Andy?
I'm going to go Mississippi State.
Paul?
I thought about it, but I'll take Texas. They even then they didn't lose. They'll have a bounce back week this week. They played terrible last week.
Yeah. Dolph?
I want to say Mississippi State too.
Yeah, so did I. They're at home, and I think they need a win. Texas A&M and LSU. My God, that's going to be a fun one. Rich, I'm not asking who you want to win, I guess, because we know that everyone wants Texas A&M to win for all the reasons in the world. But who's going to win?
Texas A&M, 100-0.
Andy?
A&M for sure.
Paul?
A&M, and I'd like to add that watching LSU lose to Vanderbilt in a rain-soaked parking lot with 80 people surrounding one television was fabulous. It was such a great Notre Dame moment. You could barely see anything, and everyone, you could tell by the people in the front screaming that they stopped. It was great. So I'm going to go A&M.
Dolph?
A&M.
I think, like the unkillable cockroach, he finds a way to keep hope alive this year. I think Kelly finds a way to win it there, and he's like the cockroach you can't kill. So I hate to say that. Bama and South Carolina. South Carolina, my God, they were a promising team to start the year, and I guess the rumors now that a Rich Beamer might be heading back to Virginia Tech or somewhere else. But Bama and South Carolina. Rich, who do you have?
Bama.
Andy?
Yeah, same here. They've been playing really well. So,
and what about you, Paul?
Bama. And how do we explain that Florida State Bama game? Impossible.
Yeah. Dolph?
It's one painful to say, but it's Bama too.
Yeah, no, I went Bama, so we're all the same across the board. Now, I thought it would be fun to do a battle of personal segments. To start with one, and we've had. I really want to turn up the heat to see who's more macho, and sort of leave it there. Andy versus Dolph, macho tip of the day. Who's more macho? Who can bring the heat? Who can make the ladies swoon? The guys think, I want to be like him. Who is it? Dolph, because he's the champion. He's the clearly the reigning champ of macho. I'm gonna let him go second. You got to take your shot first, Dolph. But what's your best macho tip of the day?
Well, I'm going to go 180 degrees from what I said last week, because you got to try try to have luck with the ladies. You can't be punching guys and not being nice to the girls. So I'm going to say you got to be romantic. You got to be special with the girls. Have her on your side. So that's going to be my macho tip of the week.
What's your macho move with a lady? Like, what's your go? Do you have a go-to shirt? Do you have a destination? Maybe a picnic near a C-note. Like, what's your move?
A couple of glasses with a little tequila on them. You know, how are you, babe? You give one.
Okay.
Things like
Nick,
I'm seeing
Andy,
a correlation between him
Andy,
and Macho.
throw in the towel. Andy, throw in the towel.
Did I get the line? Did I get the line right? How are you, babe?
It's the tequila, man. It's over.
Andy, I think Drew could beat him at this point.
My macho tip of the day is to everybody at least once should kill another human being. Justifiably, I'm not saying we go out there and start murdering people. Like, justifiable. Come on, knock it
Done.
off.
We can edit that out, right, Andy?
No, in all seriousness, like life
Yeah,
is
thanks.
sacred. And life is sacred. I would never want that to happen to anyone. I really had one queued up, but I didn't realize it was going to be a competition. But I was going to say, change your own oil.
Well, that's good. See, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
macho.
Yeah, I could see you, rolling out from the undercarriage of the car on one of those wheelie things you put your back on, rubbing the oil on your chin, your muscles glistening in your cut-off shirt, turning off the white snake as you walk up to the lady and say, "Ma'am, your oil's done." I think that wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
It kind of scares me.
Andy, do you have any cut-off jeans in your wardrobe?
Dude, no. Surprisingly.
Rich is like, Darren, that was my question for later.
If I brought a pair to camp, would you wear them?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. All right, let's move on. That might be
Please.
edited out after the fact. Yeah. Paul, tell how we lead to Paul. Probably should tell us something sentimental and sweet. Paul, tell us a Notre Dame story, please.
Yes, a little different direction this week on the Notre Dame story, and this one goes out to our 123rd subscriber. One of the joys of fantasy camp every year is one of the it's Trent Dolph. One of the joys of fantasy camp every year is seeing it through the freshman's eyes. Right, these guys come in and we know what to expect, and I'm not saying we're jaded. I still get chills every time I am allowed to know where, they don't play anybody, right? All the stereotypes. They don't play anybody, and it's a wine and cheese crowd, and all of those. You have your stereotypes, and then you bring your friends there, and they walk into one of my friends who is not religious walks into that church, and I can't get him out of there. Like he goes crazy in there. Like, and you take him to the grotto and all these other places. So this weekend I had the pleasure of hosting a couple people from here who had not been there before, and watching them enjoy it. Like, I took them on the locker room tour, and then I got them field passes. And the one guy who is now one of our listeners and is listening right now, I believe, he said that when he was on the field, he was like a 7-year-old. He said Joe Montana walked by and he shrieked like a little girl. He said there were USC guys catching passes, and he was so fired up he dapped one of them up, and then he was like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna get kicked out of here!" Like he was just so excited. And the other guy had his son with him, and they were going all over the campus. And just we get into our routines that we have when we're up there now. And I got my daughters there for tailgate, so I don't get around as much. But watching those guys' opinions of Notre Dame change, and they're like, "I didn't think I was going to buy anything, but I need to get to the bookstore on the way home." Like, it was. They're fans now. Like, is it going to replace their homerism and their true? No, but we've got 3 more fans. I can tell you that after this weekend, and it was a really special moment. I love doing that, and sometimes you forget about it. But when you bring people in for the first time, they're like, "This isn't what I expected at all. It's tiny, it's it's gorgeous," and even with the weather being bad, it was a fun time. So Joe, Chad, Jack, you guys made the segment tonight, and it was really fun watching Notre Dame through your eyes. So that's my Notre Dame story of this week.
That is so cool. Thanks for sharing that, Paul. I will share a little Notre Dame story sort of inspired by what you just said. I mean, 10, 11 years ago, I didn't know any of you guys. And we are such wonderful friends, and I can't imagine life without you guys. This past weekend, a guy I didn't know 3 years ago, Jay Strong, invited us to stay at his house. And it was a wonderful time. 5-6 years ago, I didn't know Matt McFadden. I drove 13 hours in a car with him to Notre Dame and back this weekend. And we get to Jay's house. He let us stay there, and we get in, and Jay couldn't be more hospitable and said, "You guys have the basement." And so we head down to the basement, and we see a giant sectional couch. I mean, this is a big sectional. And Jay's wife Deb said, you can open it up into a bed. It makes a big bed, and that seemed wrong. So we decided that we would sleep on the sectional couch, and luckily I'm a lot shorter than Matt, but I was on one end of the L, he was on the other. Our feet didn't touch, but it was so cool. And my Notre Dame story of the week is again didn't know this guy 6-7 years ago, didn't know him from anything. And here I learned he's likely the most wonderful human being on the earth. I get tired easily. I'm usually asleep by 9:30. It was a long drive. We get there. We hung out for a while. It was around 11:30 or so. And I said, I got to go to bed. And so Matt went down to the basement with me, and he made the bed. He made my bed. And then I get under it, and I'm in the covers, and he patted me on the chest and said, "You go to sleep now, Raji. We'll see you in the morning." And then he went upstairs with the adults, like he left me down in the basement. But Matt McFadden tucking me in will be one of those things that I think about when my life flashes before my eyes as one of the sweetest, kindest moments of my life. So Matt, thank you.
And then you repay him by taking a picture of him sleeping.
You're turning it into a Teletubbies adventure.
Thanks, Andy. Matt looked so adorable the next morning. Actually, no. I think someone said take a picture of him. I think I innocently. Yeah, I was led. I was led by this. The person
really look like a mime now.
Yeah. By the way, when mimes are on Zoom calls, do you think they're always on mute? Is that, or they come off mute if they want to talk? But anyways, I'll share the picture of Matt next week. But he was sleeping so quietly, and I think I just shared the sentiment with Paul. He said, "Take a picture," and so then I took a picture, and then I turned it into a lovely piece of art. So, which we can share next week. Thank you for the story, Paul. Wonderful stuff. Quick hit. Going to go around the call here quickly and ask where you think Notre Dame's final record is, and where do we rank if we make the playoffs or not. Rich, what do you think?
I think we end up 10-2. I think we make the playoffs. Probably, I'll say ranked 9 or 10.
Rich, I said the exact same thing. So yeah, well done. Dolph.
We end up 10-2, and we finished 8th.
Andy.
10-2, and we're going to be 9th.
And what about your favorite team, USC? Where do you think they're going to end up?
Well, I deserve it.
Yeah. Next year you'll pick.
I took a chance. And
Paul.
10-2, and we are going to be. I've done some looking at the chaos ahead of the schedule. We're going to end up 7th by the time this is all over.
I like the way you think. At a home game.
That gets us hosting something.
We're going to be there one more time.
And in my recollection, that'll be in December. That's sort of Ned Beatty weather.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Off we go. Another quick around the table here. Paul, Halloween. Any plans for Halloween? And what's your favorite Halloween costume of all time?
Yeah, this is another Notre Dame story. I'll do these in reverse if you don't mind.
Yeah.
When I was a student at Notre Dame, there was a bit of a stalker issue going on. There was the guy that the Observer had named the Blue Jogger, and they would jog around the lakes and jump out at people and ask those people to punch him in the stomach. And it was
he wearing headphones?
No, I don't know, but they were. This was like a big thing in the paper and everything like that. So I dressed up for Halloween. I'm like, I have blue sweatpants. I could do this. And I was pretty proud of myself. And I just had a sign that said, "Please punch me in the stomach." And I'm like, this is the easiest costume ever. People are going to think I'm hilarious. Well, you forget that Notre Dame has a lot of smart and a lot of funny people that are students. I was one of at least 9 blue joggers out that night. Still my favorite costume. As far as us here, we still have Mary at home. We'll just be at home. She's going out with her friends. We'll be driving her back and forth and doing the, hosting trick-or-treaters, passing out candy, that kind of stuff. So low key here, but my blue jogger moment was one of my favorite costumes. So.
We are going to, I don't really have a costume story, but we are going to do the front lawn this year in Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown's Great Pumpkin theme. We will be welcoming the Great Pumpkin with the Peanuts characters, going to make pumpkins in their face, have a sign up welcoming the Great Pumpkin. That'll be our theme. I'll take pictures and share.
Will you sleep out there? Right, waiting for the Great Pumpkin? Will you sleep out there?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Dolph, what about you? What about you?
Well, we also get the candy handouts, and we don't have a lot of most of the kids in my area have grown, so but we still try to put up the decorations and have kids whenever they come and give them candy, and basically that's it. We also have the Dia de Muertos at the next day, so it's like a big weekend for us.
Dolph, I will give you 50 Canadian dollars if you do the following. You get a red, white, and blue headband. Wear that. A red singlet, like a red tank top, and maybe red, really tight satin shorts, and go out as the Mexican Richard Simmons.
I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
$50.
There's growing now.
Yeah.
Rich,
what about you?
So for Halloween itself, we will probably gather out in front of the house with the neighbors and hand out Halloween candy for any of the kids coming through. And obviously we'll have a few adult libations to enjoy the evening. And then in terms of my favorite costumes that we ever wear, my wife and I, we were probably only married like a year or two. And she made M&Ms. And she was plain M&Ms and I was M&M with nuts.
That's good. Andy, I'm going to... Yeah, well done. That's great. Andy, I'm going to speak for you. Andy was telling me a story a couple weeks ago about how a couple of years ago the kids were bothering him to do something really scary on the front lawn and decorate the house. And Andy, isn't it true that you littered the front lawn with autopsy photos and police reports?
Yes. I believe in a real world education in this home. So yeah.
Before you talk about Halloween, just one quick question. If I made my way down to your area, could you arrange for a ride along with me with one of the troopers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raj, I have a question. Will you dress up as Pedo Raji for Halloween?
Wait, I have a question. Are you dressed up as Pedo Raji right now?
This poor lovely man in Arkansas. He was just. We all have doppelgangers, and mine happens to be a very bad man. Andy, what about Halloween? What's the go-to costume for you?
Cop.
I've recently, in the last couple of years, I've been McGruff.
Oh,
We have a McGruff costume at work with the big dog head and the trench coat and the plaid pants. So none of the kids know who McGruff is because he's not a thing anymore. But yeah, I walk around the neighborhood as McGruff sometimes.
Have you tried
Halloween?
That makes it better that they don't know who he is. If you're a crime fighter, it's a dude in a trench coat with the dog hat on.
Just explains Andy's trench coat, sure. Andy, have you ever tried Sipowicz? That'd be, I thought we would up your alley.
No, I haven't.
Tie sideways, jelly stain.
Short sleeve dress shirt. Yeah.
Food for thought. Well, that was fun. Is Halloween, Andy, I mean, of the nights of the year in all seriousness as it relates to law enforcement, is that one of the goofiest nights of the year, or is it New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, by far, is the worst.
Yeah.
And 4th of July. 4th of July is one of the worst.
How is St. Patrick's Day?
No, not. If it falls during the week, it's fine. But if it's on a weekend, then it's annoying. But
Canada Day is pretty well behaved down there.
Oh, God, yeah.
There's there one Canadian walking around town celebrating.
There's a Canada Day?
Rich, we now move to the part of the show. We're almost at the end. Where Rich. Oh, by the way, we do have a listener comment. Joe Aka, I am number 123. It was an amazing experience. Thank you, Paul. Notre Dame definitely makes playoff. Go Irish.
There we go. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you for at least affirming.
Subscriber number 123, from what I understand.
It's what he said. And thank you, Joe, for affirming that there's another human out there watching this. So
we're not talking into a vacuum right now.
Our audience is in the ones.
If a podcast falls in the forest and no one's around, does anyone hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Rich, you get to ask us a question and we have to answer it. What's the question for the group?
So question I'm going to ask is from our coaching staff. Big picture at the end of the year, how many coaches do we lose to other organizations?
We'll start with you, Dolph. What do you think?
I'm going to say 2. And hopefully one of them is the DC.
Fair enough.
I think it's 1. I think it's Mickens. I think Mickens likely, maybe Washington too. I think those two guys probably find head coaching jobs somewhere. Paul, what about you?
Those are the 2 names that I think would be in play. I could also see, but I also think they work out some kind of deal where if Ash doesn't stay after the first year, one of those 2 gets more responsibility.
Sure.
And I worry about Max Bulla too. I think he's an up and comer. He's a young guy. He might be ready for a DC job at a smaller place. I think he's fabulous. I think he's a great coach.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Very intense. Love him.
Yeah,
I do too. And he reminds me of the guy that went to Ohio State, which again, you can't blame him because he went to Ohio State where he went to school. I loved him too. And if Michigan State has a turnover at their head coaching position, which is a possibility, the new guy could bring Max Bulla home. And I don't think any of us could fault him for that.
Paul, one more time. Can you show us the gloves just for George?
Oh, I took them off there. So hold on. Here's my giant hands. It's hard to get these on.
Do you use them as oven mitts now?
I do use them in cold weather games when I'm having a beverage or 2 outside a tailgate.
Makes sense.
They helped this weekend, I'll be honest. It was a little wet. I didn't want to drop anything.
Andy, while he's doing that, what do you predict?
Please vamp.
I'm saying probably 1 coach, and it'll probably be Mickens, like everybody else. I don't think it's going to be Marty Biaggi at this point, based on the kicking games. But
that is excellent.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Paul. George, there you go. What about you, Rich? You asked a question. You get to finish off and answer it.
I believe there's going to be a lot of turnover. I think we're going to probably see 3. I think we'll probably see someone on the offensive side, maybe a wide receiver coach. Possibly move on. I think then you're going to see 2 guys at least on defense. If Ash goes, I think we'll see then maybe Mickens or Washington get the DC job. But I still think then you got to backfill that, right? So you'll find yourself, I think, with 3.
Hold on, we have a relevant comment. If Coach JD 1985 says, "If Washington leaves, do we go after Coach Orgeron for defensive line?" I say yes.
Yeah. Paul, I'm going to tease this. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but before the end of this season, can you tell a Notre Dame story? It's not necessarily a Notre Dame story, but it's a Paul Linehan story about your favorite special teams experience of all time.
Let's put it this way. I would have fit in on the Notre Dame kickoff team this week since they kicked it out of bounds twice. I have some relevant experience. That's a tease, right, guys?
That's it.
Yeah, for Paul's relevant experience as a terrible kicker.
We will stop there. It is one of the best stories I have ever heard. So much so that I want to meet the protagonist someday and really confirm, all of it. So
any of my high school friends will vouch for the story because it's epic. It doesn't put me in the best light. I'll be honest with you.
Oh no, it does, Paul. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. So we've come to the end.
Just so you know, I'd like to confirm that Matt McFadden is not a lawyer. He is not a lawyer. He has confirmed this.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's also confirmed he's not listening to the show. Him and the rest of America, other than Joe and Coach JD 1985.
But it seemed genuine when he asked if I needed one, and I said no, but I was just convinced that you were one. So,
do we ask the follow-up question? Are you working for GA in Canada?
Andy, I suspect that time. I mean, you inquired about an issue, you received execution and sort of end of that issue within about an hour and a half. Is that the normal response time in the Finger Lakes there for crime?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in the Finger Lakes, but yeah.
Andy, I don't know where you are, but I'm pretty sure you're in the Finger Lakes. So
that's fine. That's fine. You were supposed to come down here this year, but you never made it.
I was afraid
because your gallbladder fell out or something.
Wow. Gerald must be listening because he just AI'd me again.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Wow.
In any event, yes, my gallbladder precluded me from travel for several weeks, and I'm sorry for that. Andy, is there a way I can make it up to you?
Probably not. No.
Join him for Thanksgiving, the real Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for the real Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's nice, Paul, with ghosts. That's good.
Oh,
I got the same one. I thought they were sperm.
Yeah. Wow. Well, evidently, I've also lost an arm. I lost an arm.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. You're the fugitive.
Yeah, and put on 20 pounds and lost an arm. It's nice.
That's
Thanks,
wonderful. You're the fugitive. Gentlemen, I thank you all for joining us tonight. Rich, an absolute delight to see you again. Thanks for joining us. And thank you for contributing to this. Thanks to all of our people who watch. We would ask again that you like, follow, subscribe, share. If everyone here could just get 2 other people to subscribe, we have special things. Please help us get to 500. I don't ask for much.
I'm going to commit. I'm going to find someone to get us to 124 next week. I'm going to go out from the sales perspective. I'll find one person that can get us to 124.
Rich, if you get your golf league to sign up, we'll be at 200. From what I understand, you're.
I'm playing with all the old guys, so they're asleep at this time.
Yeah,
but they don't need to watch it. Just push the button.
Just register. Yeah, just push a button. Here, send them a link. Here, like this.
I'm surprised Roger hasn't stooped to fake email addresses and just making up accounts to get there.
Just remember, hey, Andy,
it's not allowed, Roger.
Remember, 6,000 people work for AML Right Source, which means they work for me. One email and it's over.
Is it a multiplier? If we get 12 times 500, do we get 12 visits to the farm?
I don't know what you get. You're not going to get 500, so I'm not worried about that. So,
apparently I've got news. I just got a text from my dear wife. We're at 124. It's climbing already.
Hey? 125. I'm going to get us to 125.
Excellent. As always, gentlemen, nice to see you all. Thank you for doing this. We will be back likely next Sunday night. We'll let you know when and where. Rodolfo will broadcast that on social media. As always, gentlemen, love you all. Thank you for doing this.
Just to clarify, Roger, do you mean after the bye week, after the BC game, or after the bye week? Are we going?
No, we're going to do one next. We'll do one next Sunday.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
We have to keep momentum. We learned when we had that double bye week because of, we'll be honest, it was Andy's agent. We lost momentum because we had a spike there of about 80 or 90 in 1 week, and then boom, stopped. Andy got cold feet. So we're back at it. So.
Roger, real quick, can I just shout out to Paul's lovely daughter who made me a nice little bracelet, shared it with me at the game. Thank you.
There you go.
We'll be wearing it to all the home games.
She made one for Raji too, and then he broke it.
Oh, how disrespectful!
Heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. I think the first thing I did when I saw her was say, "I'm so sorry, I broke it." So,
like all Canadians do.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I broke it in the most macho way possible. It was caught in my sweatshirt as I was trying to get it over my little head. So
you snagged it on your Uggs.
Yes. By the way, in that Ned Beatty photo from the Indiana game, Paul, I was wearing Uggs.
Wow, we need a full length shot.
Yeah, too late now. Gents, great to see you. Everyone listening, thanks for listening and putting up with this nonsense. Appreciate you all, love you all, and go Irish.
You guys
Go
are
Irish.
the best. Go Irish.
You guys-